Why motivation is keeping you weak. You don't have a motivation problem. You have an identity problem. Every day you tell yourself, I'll start when I feel motivated. I'll go to the gym when I get off work and feel energized. I'll focus on my business once the weekend comes and the stress goes away. But think about what you're really saying. I'll change my life when my emotions give me permission. Read that again. You are letting a temporary, fleeting feeling decide your entire future. You are putting the trajectory of your life in the hands of a chemical spike in your brain that lasts 20 minutes. Motivation is one of the biggest lies ever sold on the internet. Because motivation feels productive. It gives you cheap dopamine. It makes you feel like you've accomplished something without actually breaking a sweat, opening the laptop, or spending a dime. It tricks your brain into believing you are changing, when in reality, you're sitting completely still in the exact same room, living the exact same life. Motivation has never built a multi-million-dollar business. Motivation has never built a world-class physique. Motivation has never built long-term discipline. Consistency did. The problem is, consistency is boring. Consistency doesn't look good in a cinematic video with dramatic background music. Consistency is silent. It's lonely. So nobody wants it. Think about your life right now. How many times have you watched a motivational video, felt unstoppable, felt like you were finally about to turn your life around, then done absolutely nothing? I've done it hundreds of times. For a few minutes, you feel like the main character of a movie. You picture the victory, the wealth, the success, the respect. Then the video ends. Reality comes crashing back in. And you go back to being the exact same person you were before you clicked play. The motivation disappeared, because it was never yours to begin with. You borrowed someone else's emotion, and just like borrowed money, you have to give it back, and leaving you completely empty. Here's the uncomfortable truth you need to face today. You are addicted to the feeling of starting. You love the idea of change, but you hate the process of it. New notebook, new routine, new workout plan, new Monday, new month, new year. You love day one. Day one is full of hope. Day one has no history of failure yet. But you rarely stay long enough to actually become good, because the moment the novelty wears off, the moment the initial high fades and the raw, unglamorous grind begins, you leave. Not because you are incapable, not because you lack talent or potential, but because you have trained your brain to chase excitement instead of progress. You've conditioned yourself to believe that if work doesn't feel good, something must be wrong. Real discipline is completely unsexy. Think about brushing your teeth. Nobody records themselves brushing their teeth. You don't need an inspirational speech to do it. You don't sit on the edge of your bed, listening to cinematic music, trying to summon the strength to pick up a toothbrush. You just do it. Why? Because it is integrated into your identity. You see yourself as someone who brushes their teeth. The question of whether to do it never even enters your mind. Now imagine treating your actual life goals the exact same way. You don't ask, do I feel like going to the gym today? You just go. You don't ask, do I feel like sitting down and working on my project? You just work. The question disappears. The hesitation dies. The habit takes over. You have to kill the belief that you need to feel good to do good work. Winners work when they are tired. Winners execute when they are bored. Winners show up when they are pissed off, broken down, or uninspired. When you act regardless of how you feel, your identity shifts. You stop viewing yourself as a victim of your mood, and you start viewing yourself as an absolute force of habit. So stop waiting for motivation. It has already failed you enough times. Stop trusting a feeling that vanishes the second things get hard. Build systems instead of relying on sparks. Keep the small promises you make to yourself when nobody is watching. Become the kind of person who acts because it's hard, not when it's easy. Because in the end, your life isn't built by your best, most inspired days. It's built by what you do on the days you don't want to do anything at all. Stop waiting to feel ready. You're not going to feel ready. Do it anyway. Keep building, See you in the next one.